Have I ever told you of the genesis of my geek rage? When I was but a wee lad, my parents were assaulted by a deadly dull backstory. I swore then and there to avenge them. My latest foe is the new film Dracula Untold, which takes Bram Stoker's book and a few scraps of Slavic folklore and whips it all into a frothy $100 million blockbuster about how the famous vampire first became a bloodsucker.
Sometimes the world no longer needs a hero. Sometimes what it needs is a monster.
Remember that one flashback scene in Francis Ford Coppola's Bram Stoker's Dracula? The one where Gary Oldman is wearing the ridiculous red armor that looks like exposed muscle tissue, and he overacts wildly, even by his standards? Yeah, this is a whole movie about that. Dracula Untold is like one of Rudyard Kipling's delightful Just So stories, except it's not at all delightful, and it undermines the mystery of one of literature's greatest characters. Thanks a lot, Hollywood. Get it? See what I did there? Once again, you couldn't resist the urge to over-explain. You had to suck this intellectual property dry. Oh, how I wish this Dracula story had remained untold. It joins a long list of superfluous flicks like Oz the Great and Powerful and the Star Wars prequels. All of which take stories we know and love and fills in the tedious prehistory behind them. You know, that wealth of background information that absolutely no one was clamoring to hear about.
What are midichlorians?
Midichlorians are a microscopic life form that resides within all living cells.
But the real sin of Dracula Untold is that it's just a wind-up. It's the first step in an effort to turn the classic Universal monsters into an Avengers-style mega-franchise. Like these iconic characters need to be established all over again. Here's an idea. Don't lay the groundworks with boring origin stories. Don't force us to endure flicks about Wolfman's pimply adolescence or Van Helsing's rambunctious college years. Instead, skip right to the climactic monster mashup. People will camp out for weeks to see The Mummy meets The Hunchback of Notre Dame, meets The Invisible Man, meets The Creature from the Black Lagoon, meets Phantom of the Opera. And when each monster can only be on screen for 90 seconds, there'll be no time for backstory. As the saying goes, cut to the chase. Let's make origin stories history. Take that! That! Die, you monster! What's your favorite Universal horror movie? I'm torn between the Spanish version of Dracula and Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. What's your least favorite origin story? I've got to go with Barry Allen. Struck by lightning and bathed in chemicals? See, that sounds like overkill. Let me know your pick in the comments and subscribe to the Wired channel.